Good morning, folks. I'm sorry. I overslept. I actually just woke up. That alarm hit, and I hit that alarm intending to close my eyes for 5 minutes. And turns out that is not a good idea. So I'm like, typically I get up 30 to 45 minutes ahead of time, get my coffee, and wake myself up so that I'm presentable to you. But this is me when I first wake up, sexy voice and all. I got my Barry White going on. Sometimes we're late, but the Lord is on time. He may not come when you want him, but he's always on time. And I was thinking about the early days of our prayer meetings when we used to do 5:30 a.m. at the church, and I wanted to quit. And Kevin Carrington showed up one morning. It got to the point where it was just me and Kevin Carrington. 5:30 a.m. And so I was living in Dublin, so I had to leave the house at 5 to meet him at 5:30. And I remember one morning thinking, I can't do this anymore. I can't do this anymore. I got to let this go. So I thought, as I'm driving in, I'm going to tell him that today's the last day. And as soon as I arrived, I said, "Good morning, Kev. How you doing?" He goes, "This morning I was just sitting here meditating. I was thinking about how King Saul was waiting for Samuel to come and do the sacrifice. And if he would have just waited a little bit longer, it said his army was dispersing and he was scared. So he went ahead and did the sacrifice himself. But as soon as he did the sacrifice, Samuel showed up. He said if only he would have waited a little bit longer. And he said, PB, sometimes we quit things too soon. If we just held out a little bit longer." And I said, "Oh my goodness," I nearly fell on my face and cried holy, because that was God's answer to me. Hold on a little bit longer. Well, we did hold on a little bit longer. And after a little bit longer, what ended up happening was my wife got pregnant. We had been praying for that for 8 years. And I wonder, had I quit too soon, would I have missed that blessing? Sometimes it feels like God is late, but he never is. Sometimes we hit that situation where we're King Saul and the army is departing. And I just feel like, if God's not going to do it, I'm going to have to do it myself. God won't take care of me, so I got to take care of me. And the Lord's just been speaking to me about contentment the last several days. Godliness with contentment is great gain. I'm such an idea guy. I get all kinds of ideas. but I want to do them all at once. It's no bueno. No bueno. And so, yeah, it's taken me 45 years to even begin learning this. But I'm learning how to slow down. And I'm learning how to let God be God. And just trust Him. That He knows the appointed time. That He determines the appointed time. And that He's never late. He's never late. I know it sounds like an excuse. I was late today, so that you know it's a prophetic word from God that He's never late. That's why I was late. Amen. That's about all I got for y'all today. I've got to drink another cup of coffee and brush my teeth and jump in the car with my daughter. How y'all doing? Everybody okay? One of these mornings, I'm going to give you guys a real financial analysis of the markets. This is the thing. In the church, we teach you how to sow, but we don't teach you how to reap. This is the US dollar index. And it's broken down from a key trend line. And then if we look at, let's say, the stock market, see how the stock market has broken up while the dollar has broken down. We're going to talk about what all that means. But you got to understand how the economy works. Especially those of you who have sown. Some of you have sown and sown and sown and sown and sown and sown. But there's some just basic keys to understanding the economy that are necessary in order to reap. Think about it. If you could go back to 2008, 2007, with the knowledge you have now, you would be in a much better place because you would know what was getting ready to happen with the housing market and how it would affect the stock market and the financial markets of the world. But if you understand what happened in 2008, you can also understand what's probably coming around 2026, and you can prepare for it. So we'll talk about that one day. In the meantime, may the joy of the Lord be your strength, and may His favor be your shield. Have a wonderful day today, and I expect a much better, a much more timely time together tomorrow. Will not be late again. I learned my lesson. That'll learn me not to hit that snooze button. God bless you. May the joy of the Lord be your strength.